everyone, I'm back. Is it better? Let me know. Send thumbs up if it's better. Sorry about that, about the blurry situation. Sometimes when the messages come through, you don't always see them, and then suddenly you look down and everyone's like, reboot, it looks crap. Everyone said, John Gordon, Power Boy says, that's better. Thank you. Helda Mary says, yes. Anthony, 90023. Hello. Bernie Kugler and also Notsikelo Martins, Nayeli Pickens in the house. Welcome, everyone. Eric Williams Jr., thumbs up. It's better now. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so we're much better now. Jocelyn is here. She needs to request to come back in. Jocelyn, send a request. Oh, if I hit it, can I request her? Oh, yeah, let's see. Let's see if we can do that. I'm trying to get all very... See if we can bring her in that way. Cheryl Conte, London is loving you. Hi, sister. Sending you love. Lexi Wahen, hey hun, hello hun. South Africa's in the house. Happy Smiley joined. Kade, my cousin from London, is here. Hello.
Is it better?
Face. I mean, you know, we needed to see that face.
Thank you. Look at your face.
No, please. They're like,
you are so beautiful.
That's what people are saying. You, on the other hand, you are radiance itself. Look at everybody.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
And talented.
Thank you,
sweetheart. So yes, this is so much better.
Yes, this is better.
Give her love, everybody. Send those hearts up the side.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Look at those hearts. Look at them go. Okay, so you're talking about life right now. Are you in the I'm being rigid? Thank you for the hearts, folks. Are you in I'm being rigid, or are you in the if I get up today at 12, I get up today. If I shower, I shower. Where are you?
I'm in between. I've got days where I'm like, so in the beginning, I went through my own, I don't know what I want to call it, but it was just, I was frightened, I was uncertain, I went through the bouts of all kinds of emotions. 1 minute I'm like, oh my God, I need to do right, I need to get right with God. What if I mean, if it's the end of the world, I don't want to stay here, I want to go to heaven. And all that.
Was it something that triggered that? Something in particular?
So let me tell you, I was getting all these messages. Some of the doomsday prophets were sending me broadcasts and stuff. And I found myself, it's amazing how these things can just draw you in, right? So I found myself reading some of these things, and I had sleepless nights. I was having panic attacks, I was just like, well, if this is what the world has come to, then, oh my God, I had so many plans, and I haven't been able to, fulfill any of them. And it's so funny. My friend just sent me something in my DM, and she was like, 5 years ago, anybody who was asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Everybody got that answer wrong, because in 2015, we all didn't see this coming. So I think, so I was going through all that, and then I had to literally tell myself to stop. So I had days where I said to myself, I'm going to wake up in the morning. I'm going to wake up like it's a normal day. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to eat breakfast. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to go to the living room, talk to my mother, make sure my daughter is doing her online, because she's doing studies online now. Make sure that she's doing her online studies, do some cooking, try to keep myself busy, and then do some jump rope, because at the time I didn't have the treadmill. And I was just trying to get into the routine of things. But I had days where it went okay. And then I had days where I just didn't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
And I had lots of days like that. I just didn't want to. It was scary. And I said to my friends, I said, you know what? I love you and everything else. Thank you for spreading the gospel of the end times. I appreciate it. I'm a Christian. But then this is the time where God said we should put on the full armor of Christ and not live in fear. But right now, what you guys are doing, you're fear mongering. And as a child of God, I don't condone to that. I'm not going to conform to that kind of doctrine. I believe that if the time is right, it's right. There's nothing you and I can do about it. So you know what? I don't need this fear mongering. I just need, this is the time where you spreading the gospel of the doomsday needs to start spreading the gospel of love and letting people know that come to Christ, and then maybe, just maybe, you might get that opportunity to also go to heaven. Don't tell me what is gonna happen.
Look at those hearts going up the side. Everybody.
No, but I had to tell people off because it was just getting too much. I had to call my pastor at a point. In fact, I called my pastors. I said, guys, I don't know what's happening to me.
How many of you got?
I mean, I have a few friends who are pastors.
All right,
so
the gang of pastors, and
the youth pastor in my church is a friend of mine. My pastor, we had some junior pastors that are more accessible than the head pastor, so I'll call them and we'll have a conversation. And I just had to give myself that talk of hope, because that is what I represent as a child of God. I can't let fear keep me in bed. And that's when I decided to do the working to walk outdoors, to get my dumbbells ready, to get my jump rope, and have a little routine. So I'm a little kinder to myself, because there are days I just don't feel like doing it. But more often than not, I find myself at least jumping rope or walking the treadmill, because it makes me feel good when I do it.
Yeah.
And whatever makes you feel good.
Agreed. And the endorphins that come with working out, I found that, seriously, like, you find me here at 10 o'clock and I'm like jumping rope like a lunatic. I think I'm Rocky. I think I'm Sylvester Stallone. I'm like skipping away. But I
thought I was the only one.
No, everyone is, and it's the rush. And so, again, I want to say to people, go easy. I don't think it's a question that people have to work out every day. Go at your own pace. But if you do, decide to go down that road and do a little working out, you will find that the endorphins, actual chemical reactions, will boost your mood. And I think we can all do a little bit of a mood boost, especially if you're eating the way I'm eating. I just have to work out. There's no real option other than that. What are you seeing around you that's giving you hope right now?
I mean, we didn't stay in lockdown for a very long time. I mean, we were in lockdown for about 3 weeks. I see that a few businesses have started operating. The brands that I work with, like Samsung, we're looking at shooting something next week. So for me, little things like that. My friend Shirley is doing a little bit of writing, and we're hoping that we can shoot something soon.
How are you going to do? Talk to me about that.
Listen. Creatives always find a way, just like you found a way doing this. We always find a way.
More now, then. I mean, I don't even know.
But I think that, again, it's easy. It might be a little easier if we are all being camped in one place. So instead of everybody coming from their various homes, we can just be camped. How about that? We're still trying to figure it out.
Hang on. When you say camped, so you mean like almost like quarantine together? Because
together. Yes, together. Yeah.
But you see the thing about that quarantine together, because I've heard this is being discussed again. I saw a piece on Hollywood, apparently. This is a consideration that everyone quarantine together. But there's going to be that person who's going to sneak out at the middle of the night to go see their boo, and then come back with COVID. No,
this is where I get so upset.
It's just
because you see, you're right, but
that's what's going to happen. What do you think?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But the truth of the matter is, COVID is not just about you. That's the thing people don't realize. It's not just about you. It's about everybody else around you. It's this is not a time to be selfish. And if this thing hasn't taught me anything at all, it's taught me to be selfless, because now I am so particular about where I go and when I come back home, because I have my mother who lives with me. I have my daughter. I have, again, we're like, I'm quarantined with about 11 or 12 people. We're all here. So I am like that headmaster who's like, where are you going? You can't go anywhere. Just come back here. Don't go. I'm just like, my daughter
must be so annoyed with
me. They are so annoyed with me. But I'm like, for your own good. Because the thing is, it's not just about you. So now coming back to the whole, being quarantined together on set, I think that we need to be a little bit more selfless. And I think that people are beginning to understand it over time, that it's not just about you, it's about everybody else that you're with. So when you go and catch it and you bring it here, my immune system may not be as good and as strong as yours. So why would you do that to me? You know, why would you come and break the set when we are trying to make break bread, make some money? You know, why would you do that?
I'm with you, but the only way to safeguard or to reinforce, you know what they said, they like, what was it, Reagan? Trust but verify. So the only way you can have the trust, I'm down for trust, but you have to verify. So until you can get rapid testing, I would argue, so that, you know, because then people know that they're going to be tested, and it's going to come up whether they're positive or not, whether they've got the virus. That's the only way to kind of put certain people who otherwise it's Friday night and they're like, yo, I'm going out. Like, you know, it's been a long week working with these people and I'm going out. I want to believe that people will do the right thing, but I also think humans are humans and they're led by their own desires and impulses. And so trust but verify. Trust but verify.
Yeah. I mean, but then again, Aisha. So what is it going to be? Because we were not made to be isolated.
No,
you know, we're social beings. So, but that's the thing. So what is it going to be then? Because I want to continue making films. I want to continue, you know, doing television shows. I want to continue, you know, entertaining people. But if this is what is going to, if everybody's going to be selfish in their thinking and in their thoughts, then we're not going to go anywhere. I spoke to a friend of mine who is, you know, an actor as well, and he was like, you know what, next year everybody's going to say, why don't we have any more why do we have any movies this year? And I'm like, exactly, because everybody was busy in 2020 washing their hands and staying safe. So, you know, but that's the reality. And for me, that is some of the things that makes me so anxious. You know, I get really anxious when I think about the fact that what is going to become of our industry, especially even the industry in Ghana, because it's already not so stable as it stands. And then with everything that's happening, I honestly don't know what's going to happen. I really wish I did.
And so I want to pick up on something. There's a conversation going on the thread right now. If you look down, and somebody posted that the virus isn't real, and I'm going to pick up on it. Normally, I would just ignore something like that because, you know, people or whatever can say what they want in most cases. But in the case of this and this virus, you know, I feel like every opportunity that an individual has to kind of challenge that should be. It is real.
It is real.
It's absolutely real, and it is killing people, and every day we learn something more about this. And this is not just a virus that is affecting people. It's not a cold, it's not the flu, it's something that's affecting kidneys and livers and lungs and brains, and children are having toxic shock syndrome, and people are not recovering from this in a way you would think. They are sick for weeks and weeks and weeks after they say that they have recovered. And I've interviewed people who have been sick with this. You know, Jocelyn, I'm sure people who've had it, who've talked to you
I've lost 2 people to COVID-19
so please,
in the UK.
Please, don't come on here and say it's not real. Like this, you know, it is something that I will, you know, push back on and, you know, really effectively jump down your throat for, because it's reckless. It's reckless. All of our lives are dependent on people taking this seriously. You know, it seriously could affect me. So here, in this platform, here, we don't have that conversation. It's real, and we don't play with that.
Yeah, it is real. It is real. Thank you for clarifying that.
No, because it's important. Like, if you let it go, then you're kind of it's that whole line of they say just because you didn't get involved didn't mean you didn't pick a side. You picked a side by being silent.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
So for you, what is it in terms of? I mean, what does the industry mean to you? You do so many different things. I mean, would you have a preference in terms of what is it you miss the most? I should say then, in terms of life right now.
Interviewing people. Yeah. I really do. And I know my team has said to me, why don't you go do an Instagram live? I mean, I've watched your show from the inception. Look at Aisha, she's doing it. You can do it. And I'm like, Yeah, I I want to be able to hug somebody and say,
I know.
hi, welcome to the at home with Joselyn Dumas. Hi,
Yeah.
welcome to, shake someone's hands. I miss that. And I even miss the crew that I work with,
Yeah.
the lights, the sound guy, the camera, the director, even the guests that I have on the show. I miss that. I really do. I mean, I'm in talks with a few channels to come up with a new program for this season,
Yeah.
and every time we talk about it, the thing that keeps us like in limbo is the fact that, yeah, but the guests, are they gonna come? And when they come, are they gonna comply? And are you gonna be okay? Because I know you're a bit nervous about this whole thing because you know that COVID is real. Because I'm one person who has been like hammering the fact that you need to wash your hands, you need
Mhm.
to, do the right thing, have your sanitizers on you. I'm literally like borderline,
You
OCD
OCD.
right now. So anytime I have a meeting, my friend is like, Jocelyn, so what are we going to do about your guests coming on the show? I'm like, yeah, I know. Because we like to shake hands. Ghanaians, I don't know about Sierra
You
Leone,
got
but
it.
we love to shake hands and give hugs and stuff.
So
So I
bougie.
miss that. I miss that. I really do miss that, you know.
I
And
mean,
then obviously when I go on set and I film as well, I miss the crew, I miss, the co-actors. And even before COVID-19, whenever I'm on set and we're filming, anytime we finish filming, I feel like empty for like a few weeks.
you miss
I'm like, oh,
your
I
real
miss my
performer.
character. Yeah.
When did you realize you were a performer? When did you first? Do you remember the first time you were on stage? And
Yes. It was in secondary school. We did The Gods Are Not to Be Blamed,
Mhm.
Olara to me,
Mhm.
and I played Aderopo,
Mhm.
who was not the cursed son, but then the son that was born after the cursed son.
Mhm.
And that was when I realized that I've got something there. But I still didn't take it seriously. But even before then, when I was a little girl, I grew up in church. So my grandmother was like, she was a deaconess. She lived in a church house.
Oh,
And if you don't go to church on Sunday, you're not going to eat rice and stew.
I'd be like, it's okay. I want biscuits anyway. That's what I'd say.
No, you eat the leftovers from Saturday nights, and that's like fufu and soup and stuff. You
No,
don't want that.
I don't want.
So you gotta go. You have to be in church for. And my grandmother used to make the best fish stew in the whole
Really?
world, I think. Yes, her stews were like amazing. So everybody had to be in church and rep. You had to represent, do something, a recital or a play. So I always did the play, and I was always playing Mary, in the Christmas
You were
plays.
okay. So you went to Mary in the church to the gods are not to blame. And then when did you decide? Because you didn't go down this road initially.
At all, at all, at all. So I moved back to Ghana in 2009, and then before I left, you know, I had a few friends here who knew that Chris Atto, I grew up with.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the same
Mm-hmm.
circle. We used to like Kidda Fest, AFS. We used to have a little stint here and there on radio, have a little jingle here and there. We've always had that flair. And we didn't even do it for the money or the fame. We were just happy to just do it, those days. And I remember Reggie Rockstone, some of his videos that he would shoot at the time, he would just call all of us and we would just be a part of the video shoots and we would just dance and just be happy and go home. No money, nobody cares.
Those were the
Who's
days, eh?
famous and who's not. Those were the days,
Those were the
man.
days. They're
But then
like, Justin, come and
I
do
know I miss those days.
be like, okay.
I'll be in your video. Yeah, no problem. Let's do it. And it was just nice. There was no gyration. There was no half naked girls or anything. We're just having fun, wilding out. It was good. But then, I had all these friends, KOD, Chris Atto, at the time, Vladimir, they were all on radio. So when I came back, KOD said, I've always known you to love, you're quite confident and you've always loved, television and radio and whatnot. I know a company that's hiring, and if you don't mind, you can just do that part-time. And I was like, yeah, sure. So that was it. I went and auditioned. At the time, the host of the show that I took over from was going away. So they wanted a replacement. And it was like she was going away like tomorrow. And I auditioned today. So I had to literally, yeah. And then that was it. So I literally learned on the job. And then
And
the
so
rest is
this is radio.
this is television,
This is
actually.
television.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
And
still get nervous when they count you down?
Absolutely. But then I think the nerves is also an adrenaline rush as well. It makes you, it's exciting. It's like exciting nerves. I don't know how to explain it, but you're just like, okay, this is it. Any mistake you make, you're on your own. Just make the best of it. But yeah, I still get nervous. Even before I came on this live, I was nervous, Aisha.
For what?
I don't know. I just get nervous. Nerves are okay.
No, listen, I say nerves are good because they concentrate the mind. They help you for, say, if you're not nervous, I think very often you don't bring the level of intensity and concentration that whatever you're doing.
Absolutely.
So
yeah,
I actually worry if I'm not nervous, because to me it means I'm not taking it seriously enough, which means I'm definitely going to screw up. So
same here.
I embrace the nerves and use it as fuel. I do have this really funny thing that happens where when I get nervous on stage, I shouldn't let people know because they'll look for it. For a few seconds, my leg twitches. And it's like it's twitching, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna need to get that under control. But it's my second where I'm like nervous, and it happens. I did I did something for NBA during All Star, and I got on stage and I was like, my leg is shaking, like it was like really shaking, and so
which is good.
John Gordon says TV legs. It's not cute, John.
Yeah.
So yes, that's my
I sweat when I get nervous. I sweat in
my palm sweat
on my legs, in my palm, and then right behind my
knee, behind your knee.
My ankle. Yeah, my knee. There you go.
Yeah,
I feel the sweat dripping. I'm like, can you see this through my dress, please? Can anybody oh my god? I get like that too, and then I sometimes I talk so fast that I can't hear myself because I'm nervous, and I have to Jocelyn, get it together. You're getting excited but nervous. Get it together. And I'm like, okay, breathe and then go. It's just.
Someone once wrote a review about me. It was during, I think it was when Fukushima happened, and the reactors melted down after the quake in Japan. And this American TV critic said something like, "She speaks so quickly, I haven't got words. I have no idea what she's saying." And I was like. Then it was the first time that I was like, oh, wow, maybe I do speak really quickly. And so now they say, if you think you're going too fast, then you can still go slower. Like you can, you're never going slow enough. Is what they say. So I try to do that. Yeah. Absolutely. It's crazy.
I know.
In terms of, one of the things that do you miss hair and makeup?
No.
No.
I mean, I miss dressing up. I love dressing up.
Oh, you do?
I do.
I'm never going to get again, people. So I want you to just lower expectations for me going forward.
And same here. I'm going to try not to dress up again unless you see me in a movie or something. But I actually don't miss it because I feel, again, once the whole lockdown happened, I said to myself, okay, I'm going to try and let my skin breathe a little bit because of the light and the makeup and everything else. So let my skin breathe a little bit. And then I said to myself, I'm going to drink a lot of water, which is not happening.
No.
I drink when I remember and I can.
You're drinking alcohol?
No, I stopped drinking alcohol. It's been 2 years now. So no more alcohol for me.
Is there a reason, or just for health reasons, or it just wasn't?
Let's just say that for health reasons, and I diagnosed myself. I diagnosed
like glass number 5.
No, but let me tell you, it got to a time whenever I drank the night before, I cannot recollect anything that happened.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, is that because you are lightweight, or is it because you were drinking a lot? Which is it? Because it could be that you were having 2 glasses, but for you it was too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. I could be sharing a bottle of champagne with 3 friends, and I wake up in the morning and I don't remember anything.
I'm trying to put that in context for myself.
Yeah. But then I went through a period where I was loving some whiskeys as well.
Oh, you were mixing booze.
Maybe. You know, sometimes
Hey, no judgment here. No judgment. You've
don't,
moved on.
no judgment,
No
no judge,
judgment.
don't
This is
judge.
a judgment-free zone, people. This is
Good,
a judgment-free zone. So
good.
you were getting on the sauce, and then you decided no more.
Yeah, and then I started having cabin sickness as well. Whenever I traveled, anytime I did more than 6 hours, I would pass out. Literally, I think
You
a
pass
few
out.
of the I will pass out literally. So I think British Airways, they kind of like know, some of the crew members know me, so they know, Miss Duma, you know, are you okay? Do you need anything to make you
Was it
comfortable?
because
I'm like,
you were just naturally having, or from drinking, the altitude and the drink would make you pass
I
out?
think so. So once I stopped, I realized that I didn't. So anytime I did more than 6 hours, so whenever I traveled to London, it never happened. But if I had to connect a flight from, let's say, the UK to the US, it always happens. I went to Cayman Island, it happened on my way and back
Do you
to,
wake up
to
when you've
England.
landed? When you wake up?
No, when I say I pass out, I literally black out. And there was one time I actually blacked out and I hit my eye. I have a scar from it. I fell from the bathroom in the airplane.
Front door.
I haven't said this anywhere before. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
remember, had you had more than 2 drinks? I mean, do you know what?
So I think that I had some Jameson and
Another way, it always comes with a head scratch.
I had some Jameson and some, ginger ale. It's just quite refreshing. That thing will just, it's quite nice, but very refreshing. I think it's a bit
You don't even
dangerous.
know you're drinking alcohol.
Exactly, because of the
thing.
ginger ale.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that before the flight took off. And then I suddenly started feeling very hot after like a couple of hours. So I thought I needed to use the bathroom, get some water on my face. I get into the bathroom and I couldn't feel the tap. I was literally pressing the tap, but I couldn't. There was no strength or power in my hands because I was actually standing and I had blacked out.
Damn.
So I pushed open the door and I literally fell flat on my face.
Holy.
And that's how I got my scar. I have a scar in my eyebrow somewhere from that because it cut. Yeah. So that was it. I said to myself,
stitches?
did I get stitches? No, I didn't get stitches, thankfully. I did not.
Girl,
but I went home to my, sorry?
Don't play with that face. Like I always tell people, it's your money maker.
My mom said the same thing.
When they throw a ball at me, I'm like this. Like, don't hit my face, though. That's the only thing that's my money maker. So
even when I'm getting hot water from the stove, she's like, please, watch your face, watch your hands, don't burn yourself. My mom is like always particular. Please don't mess up that face. Don't mess up the skin. You know?
No, but she's telling the truth. I was in Sierra Leone a couple of years ago. I want to say like 2017. And incredibly stressful time. I went home during rainy season. I was doing something with my not-for-profit. It was rainy season. We did a graduation, like 400 people there, hugging everybody, just with the girls, with my girls and my charity, their parents. I leave like 2 days later. I'm heading back, and I start to feel sick. And by the time I get on the plane, I'm coughing, like just uncontrollably. I'm just feeling really, really bad. This is pre-COVID because I would have thought it was COVID back then. And I
was just about to say.
Yeah, I'm really, really sick. I land and the car picks me up, and Edwin, who's the driver I sometimes use in LA, is like, let's get you some turmeric. He's like a brother to me. It's like, let's get you some turmeric. Yeah. It will help flush this out. I'm lying in the back of the car. Mm-hmm. We go to Whole Foods. I get this turmeric. I come home. I drink a jug of hot water with this turmeric, and I go to bed. I wake up in the middle of the night just feeling very unwell. I get up. I go to the bathroom. I think I'm going to be ill. I'm not ill. I feel like I'm just super sick. I'm going to come back and lie down. I wake up. I don't know when. I wake up on the floor, and I'm like, where am I? And I've fallen and I've sliced my face.
Oh my God!
On the door.
Let me see your face. Come on, bring it closer, baby. Oh no! Okay, you don't see anything.
Girl, so I'm like, I wake up and I touch my face and there's blood, and I'm like, what happened? And I'm like,
exactly
maybe I hit my nose. I didn't even realize I cut my face open. I was like, maybe I hit my nose. And it's only when I go to the mirror and I see like it's a gash in my face. I call 911. They come, they pick me up. they take me to the hospital. Let me just say about healthcare in America and how much it sucks. Anyway, they take me to the hospital, and I get to the hospital and I say, please, I beg you, don't send your intern. Get me a plastic surgeon to sew my face. Nobody's practicing on my face. And so I had a plastic surgeon put 10 stitches in my face. And you
wow.
see
I can't see. Don't even, yeah.
So back
but
to
that's
your
exactly,
scar.
girl, lucky you.
Back to scar. People don't play like with
Don't
this stuff.
play.
Don't play with your face.
But that's exactly what happened to me on the flight as well. Because I literally went, I thought, I think what happened was I would have been passed out if it wasn't for me hitting my head. So the head hit is what got me to wake up. So I was lying down. They're like, Mr. Ma, can you just lie down? And I was like, why am I lying here? Like, I need to go to my chair. And they were like, Mr. Ma, just lay down. And I just went, oh, my head hurts. And then I saw blood in my hands. And I was like, where's this blood coming from? So it was like they had to like literally, give me first aid on the flight. I had to sit down. They were requesting for a wheelchair. I said, don't do that. I don't want attention when I get to the airport. Please, no. I can walk. And luckily, my cousin is a doctor. So she came to pick me up from the airport. And I was going to London, not to Ghana at the time. So she picked me up from the airport, took me straight home, dressed my wound for me. And luckily for me, I didn't need any. I thought I needed stitches, but I didn't. So, but I still have a light little sexy scar. Sexy scar, very sexy. In between the hairs.
It's pretty cute. So I ran into the plastic surgeon a couple of weeks ago, and he said to me, I had no makeup on, and I was going somewhere in LA, and he said, oh my God, he said, I can't see the scar. He said, this is some of my best work. And
so what caused it though? Did you know what caused it? All the
they think my blood pressure just dropped. The turmeric really made me feel very, very unwell. It upset my stomach. I think I was dehydrated, and then I collapsed. But anyway, we'll leave scars and war wounds because I've got so many of those. It's just absolutely insane. What are you reading? What are you watching right now? What you enjoy?
Girl, I'm watching The Last Kingdom on Netflix.
Is that good? You're the second person to say that. Everyone, The Last Kingdom, everyone.
It is.
I never talk about how beautiful you are, by the way. Just to embarrass you, everybody.
Oh, thank you.
And then people send in your questions for Joselyn so I can put them to her. Send in whatever you want to know, because this is how we torment our guests. So whatever questions you have, put them.
So I'm watching The Last Kingdom, and I'm reading Purpose Driven Life right now.
I have that.
For the second time. Yeah. And I'm doing exactly what the author said to do, to read a chapter a day. So
is it Rick Warren? Is it Rick Warren?
Rick Warren, absolutely. Yes. So I'm reading that at the moment. And then my girlfriend sent me an audiobook. Okay, don't laugh.
Okay.
But I'm on a journey. So my girlfriend just sent me a book called Speak to Me, Holy Spirit.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna start reading that as well. I just downloaded it on Audibles, and so I'm gonna start reading that.
How's your sense of, well, how's your notion of yourself changed since the lockdown?
Do you know what? I'm a lot kinder to myself now. I would say. And my friend, I don't know if she's watching right now, but she's always telling me I'm too hard on myself. I think I'm my biggest critic.
Yeah.
I'm my worst critic. I'm too hard on myself. And it's taking this lockdown for me to realize that sometimes I just need to, I'm doing okay. Like you said, we're all going through our own battles. Yeah. And I'm going through a battle. I need to tell myself, well done. And I feel like I'm never enough, and so this lockdown has taught me to love myself a little bit more and to appreciate me a little bit more. Sorry?
Do you know where that comes from? That sense of inadequacy? Can you trace it?
I don't, I think it's just because I just want to do better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I find, and that's the thing, I'm my biggest competition. I feel like I need to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday, every other day. So, and that's the thing, it eats me. Sometimes if you're not careful, there's a very thin line between wanting to be the best a better person of your, the best version of yourself yesterday than you were today. You know what I mean? So sometimes if you're not careful, you would you're going to be a little bit too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
So yesterday, let's say for instance, I said to myself, I had a whole bag of cookies. So today I'm going to do intermittent fasting. I'm going to punish myself for eating all that, and I'm going to work out. Probably if, instead of doing an hour outdoor walking, I'm going to do 2 hours because I feel like I need to, like, you know, like, why would you do that to yourself and all that? And I think that it also affected some of my friendships because I always felt like I'm never enough for anyone, you know. And you know,
is that all
I don't
in
think
your head, or were people this, I mean, not to play armchair psychologist, but it probably you can link it back to something, I'm sure.
you know, the thing, I think for me more than anything else is when you feel that you've been accused one too many times of some things that you haven't done.
Yeah.
You've been jumbled in with everybody else when you are probably towing a different line. And you know, you find yourself in a society where everybody sort of puts certain people, you know, actors are like that, or TV hosts are like that, or there's never really you know, proper appreciation for the craft or for the person or the brand. I think that's where it stems from. I didn't used to be like that. I've always been that happy-go-lucky child, you know, the life of the party.
You're feeling
Sorry?
you're feeling the pressure of the industry.
I think I'm feeling the pressure of the industry. I have felt it for quite some time. And so, you know, I think all that makes it, so now I have to, I think all that made me a little too hard on myself. You know, I just, yeah. But now I think, and I'm still a work in progress, honestly. I wouldn't say that I'm 100%, but I think that being at home now has put a lot of things in perspective for me. You know, I'm more forgiving, and I'm hoping that most of the things that I write on my Instagram, I actually is from here. It's heartfelt. You know, like I think 2 days ago I said today I'm letting go, and I'm going to forgive people who have offended me, and I'm asking for forgiveness from anybody else that I've offended. And I actually felt that I really wanted to do that, and I think I'm on a journey, and I like where I'm heading. I do.
That's
I really do.
cool. A lot of people really felt what you said there about not feeling enough. A lot of people saying that they recognize that it resonates. I think that there's a lot of, you know, I just missed the name who said it, but said there's a lot of pressure in society, and particularly excuse me,
women.
That as we talk about the pressure on women, what's your sense of the pressures on women in Ghana in terms of whether it's the look or whether it's in terms of behavior and what is considered appropriate, inappropriate? What is that like?
You know, I think, and thank you so much. I really wanted to touch on that, but over here, I don't know whether it's a Ghanaian thing or it's an African thing. No woman can actually achieve anything on her own without being bedded by a man. You know, anybody that, you know, achieves some form of, you know, victory or success is attributed to a woman. I mean, to a man. I mean, I've had people coming at me online and asking me, when are you going to get married? I want to come to your wedding. And And I'm thinking,
a man, or if you're married, on the chat, just so you know. They keep
sorry?
A lot of people are asking that question on the chat, just so you know.
Exactly. You know, when are you going to get, I'm not married, no. When are you going to get married? And, you know, I think that over here, a woman is measured by the man that she's with all the time. And so that is what puts a lot of pressure on women like me, who are not waiting for anybody to give us anything, but we're going to get it, you know, and we're going to get it the right way. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of pressure when you are confident, when you're beautiful, when you are trying to, you know, make something of yourself, you know. So you have other women jabbing at you, and then you have other men as well. So it's like, I mean, you have so many strikes against you for being just this woman who is trying to do something a little extraordinary out there. And those are some of the challenges. I remember I did a movie, a series where my character was wanted to be president.
Right.
It was called Champagne. It's a Sparrow production. You should check it out. It's actually quite nice. And my character was a woman. She was a single mother, not married. And some of the debates that were had in her absence was, instead of you to get brains, you're going for a woman with hips. So, I think that people need to see beautiful women, or women for that matter, beyond what they look like, beyond their hips, their bodies, their waistline, their beautiful faces, and see them for what they can contribute. See them for what they can bring to the table. Because a lot of times people write you off even before they even meet you, because they assume that, oh, she's just a pretty face, she's a bimbo, there's nothing in there, and it's sad because a lot of opportunities are going to pass you by because of that, and a lot of collaborations will not happen because of that, because they already judge you before they even give you a chance to open your mouth, and that's the problem here.
I want to double down on that and say, excuse me, I don't know what I had that's made my throat weird, that there's the part that society plays, but I also, because we do, it's real talk around here, there's also the part that we play.
Yeah, absolutely.
To hold ourselves back and to stop ourselves fulfilling our own potential. And I'm not talking about young girls, I'm talking about now professional women who've kind of moved on a little bit, who now are starting to say, if I go for that promotion, it might make my partner, or it might make a guy feel inadequate, and I should rein it in. And I remember meeting a young girl actually in Chicago doing MBA, and she came up to me and she said, she didn't really know what to do. Her career was going well and she keeps wanting to strive, but she was really worried that, if she was too successful, no man would want her. And it made me really, really sad. And so there is the part that we play as well. There's the societal part, then there's a level that there's a kind of, what's the word? In collaboration, and it's not the right word, but there's that bit where we're accomplices sometimes in that holding ourselves back because we don't want to make people comfortable with our success.
But what is too successful? I mean, it's relative, Aisha. Everybody.
Well, it's only too successful for women, because I don't see that as a problem for men. No man's ever.
What does it mean by somebody being too successful? I don't understand when people say that, because your level of success is not what somebody's measuring for that level of success. So, and again, we are all on a quest. We're all on a journey. We are all not whole. Okay, so we don't expect to find wholeness in somebody that we're with. You know what I mean? Once you think that you have to, once I date Mark, and Mark is going to make me complete. No, Mark himself is incomplete.
Yes.
Mark is also on a journey. He's on a quest. He's also doing his own thing. He's also trying to succeed, leave a legacy or whatever. And so am I. But at the end of the day, we both need to find that completion in Christ. And that's the thing that we're all missing, even in our friendships, in our relationships. Because you find that you have a friend and you feel like, okay, this friend completes me. No, nobody should complete anyone.
No.
And that is when you probably think that you need to hold back a little bit in order for somebody else to just come up to the same level as you, or you can both move, on the same path. No. I mean, even twins, with all due respect, they all have different paths.
Absolutely.
And we all have different paths, So I think that women should be a little bit more unapologetic for who they are and use what God gave them, because that's our strength. The femininity, that thing that God has given us that nobody else has, is what we have, and we need to use it for our benefits. And the thing is, we need to stick together as women. That's the problem. The odds are already against us. Society's already against us. They're telling you this one is a man's job. You can't do this. You're a woman. You have your period every day. So how are you going to do this? And then you have your fellow women coming at you as well. So it's like, you're never going to win.
I mean, it's that thing that, in my career, that female bosses have been much harsher.
Absolutely.
To me and to other women than male bosses, and we do need to support and open the door. I always say, when it comes to this notion of competition between women, or let's speak specifically about our industry and what we do.
Absolutely.
and I always say, what's for me is for me. There's only me. I only do it the way I do it. And nobody can do it the way I do it. Someone can do it their way and it can be better, but it's not the way I do it. So if you for them, it's because you want them. And that's okay. And the same with space. I always say, you see the stars, you see the sky and all those stars in the sky. There's space for all of us. We can all have a part of it. We can all be successful. We can all be accommodated. So we can support other women. We can all support each other and each other, men or women. This notion of someone said threat. Vivas 4040 says, like, it's just there's no need.
There's no need at all. And that's exactly where society wants us, jabbing at each other, fighting, and today there was a few headlines that I saw in Ghana, and I was like, it's a pity how women cannot come together and just surprise everybody. We can all there's enough room, like you said, up there for everybody.
All of us.
My mother always tells me, when you go to the market, the tomato sellers, there's like 200 of them lined up, but at the end of the day, everybody's going to go home with something in their pockets. They would have sold something or more than enough. So why are you trying to dim this other person's light in order for you to shine? It doesn't. And that's the thing that really bothers me. We never support each other as women. And imagine if we had enough support for each other. My goodness, we will take over. We will take over.
And I know, like, you've been on She Leads Africa. You use your voice and your platform to engage young girls.
I try. I try.
Someone asked, Kade said, I believe in abundance. It's so true. The abundant mindset is so critical, because if you're coming from 100%. A poverty mindset, a sense that there isn't enough, then it infects everything you do. It infects the way you engage with people and the sense of lack. So it's moving from a sense of abundance, abundant love, abundant joy, abundant even if just speaking it to manifest it, or what I mean. It's so critical. I was just asking you something about the work that you do with young girls, and somebody posted on the chat. They said, what would you say to a young girl to help her move towards fulfilling her potential and maximizing all that she has? What would you say?
Be fearless. Be fearless. Stop thinking about what people are going to say, because that's one of the things that imprisons us in our own mind. If you're going to think that, what will people say? What are people going to think? Oh my God, they'll think I'm too known, or I'm a girl, and I should. Ladies had to be seen and not heard. I don't know if you were told that as a child, but
no. I was unruly as a child, in case you.
Yeah, I was too. And then I remember a few times my people say, ladies have to be seen and not heard. I'm like, why? And it's like, this girl is feisty. But I think that what I'll tell a younger girl watching is to be fearless. Go for gold. Whatever you put your mind to, you are not inadequate. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. Anything you can be. It doesn't even matter. I don't think it's too late. I remember I was telling my daughter that when I was younger, we had a house help who came by and lived with us, and she didn't speak a word in English. She couldn't read nor write. And I taught her how to read and write with with the little books that I had, like C for cat, D for dog, C-A-T cat, B-A-T bat, S-A-T sat. And I literally, within like 4 months, she was speaking English. She was reading English. And again, it's because she was determined to learn. So again, you need to be determined. Nothing is given to you for free. You have to work for everything you have. And let people doubt you, but once you walk in there, make sure that you justify your inclusion by working hard to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And that's the word fearless. Be fearless, be bold, just go for gold. Don't watch anybody. And the thing is, a lot of times we are always waiting for someone to give it to us. We're always waiting for someone to hold our hands and say, oh, come Aisha, oh, come Joselyn, it's this way. No, you need to go. And on your way, you will meet people. There will be helpers. God is going to bring you helpers. But if you don't make the move, the helpers are not going to come. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so that's what I'll tell that young girl watching. I'm even still advising myself because there's a lot of, I mean, we are all broken. I am so broken, you have no idea.
Totally. Self-talk is so important,
Yeah,
particularly in this time of lockdown. What you say to yourself is so critical.
yeah,
Moderate your self-talk. Be
yeah,
kind to yourself. The things that you say
yeah,
to yourself, because they
yeah,
sow seeds, and it's like an echo chamber. So it's
yeah,
absolutely critical that we're mindful of the
yeah,
language we use in regards to
yeah,
ourselves and our
yeah.
dreams and our hopes. Your sense of the future and what you're dreaming for yourself outside of this, once this is all over, what does that look like?
Hmm. Aisha, don't get me started because
Girl,
I was telling my friend yesterday.
this whole
I said we're manifesting. I know, but
yes,
I said to a friend of mine that we plan and God laughs. You know,
very
we
true.
always make plans and God laughs. But I'm hoping that, you know, I mean, look, this is a time where we are all working on ourselves. You
Mm-hmm.
know, we're all, God is, I think God is, it's a time where God is preparing all of us, you know, for something greater that is going to come. So, you know, it's like soldiers, you know, you go
Mm,
into camp and you are going through all the, it's like boot camp, you know, training, and you're working on your inner selves. A lot of us are so broken inside
yeah.
that it's so hard for us to even go out there and manifest goodness. So this is the time where I think that we are all, well, a lot of us need to spend time on ourselves.
Yeah.
Be more kinder to yourself. You know, be more loving to yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, you will not even see love when it comes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not kind to yourself, you're not going to be kind to somebody else. So I think that this is a time God is preparing us, and you know, we are all going to come out victorious. No matter what the plans are, it's not going to be, you know, this is preparing us for something even greater. And I know that people are saying, oh, times are hard, we don't know what's going to happen next year, but it would amaze you that once you work on yourself and you're speaking all these positive things, because that's all you have the whole day to manifest and speak goodness into your life. So
All day.
if you're not speaking it, I think you need to start doing it now. Yeah, Jocelyn, you need to start doing it. Okay, I need to check myself on that one. But you know, we need to also start doing that and make sure that, you know, we're ready for what's ahead of us, because you know our latter is going to be much greater than the former. And for me, I'm very excited about the prospects. Even this interview that we're doing, I know that is going to, our paths are going to cross again
For
on
sure.
a better note,
For sure.
in a much better, you know, not to say that I don't like the background. It's quite nice. I see some books back there and everything, but it's going to be a lot better under better circumstances, and I look forward to that. I'm
Me
quite
too.
hopeful. Like I'm looking forward to that.
I
Yeah,
am too. I think listen, this moment that we're in, it's tough, it sucks. We all had plans coming into 2020. None of those
you
plans.
don't want to know my plans, girl.
I mean, like seriously, it's all just like going up in smoke. I do 100% agree with that meme that I'm not adding 2020 to my age this year. I am staying 44, so that's what I'm going to be next year as well. 2020 just did not happen. But as we go through this, and as difficult as it is, it's a choice that we make, the lens that we view it through, the prism that we view it through. And you
Yeah,
can choose the lens of, and it's hard, don't get me wrong, this is not something like that comes
yeah,
naturally.
it's very hard.
But you know, you can lean into the natural inclination that I think we all have, which is this sucks, this we're ruined, and this is our lives, you know, all of that. Or you can lean into a place of joy and faithfulness and positivity. And
Absolutely.
it's a choice. You
Yeah,
can look one way or the other.
a
So,
choice.
you know, I think I'm encouraging everyone who's watching this, lean into, make the choice to lean into the joy, the
Yeah,
faithfulness, the positivity, with the acknowledgement that there are going to be some really crappy days and that we're
yeah,
afraid and we still don't
absolutely.
have the answers, but
Yeah,
we'll lean in that direction.
yeah.
Who's inspiring you right now? Who's the sources of inspiration in your life right now?
There's many. Rick Warren is one of the people that is inspiring me right now. because of the book I'm reading. But I see, for me, when I look at, for instance, when my foundation goes out there and we do a little outreach, and I see the smiles on, the ordinary person's face and their gratefulness. Like today, I got a picture sent to me by one of my volunteers. Some of the buckets that I gave out, there was a little girl who was using it. And so the community took a picture and sent it and said, oh, say thank you to Madam Joselyn. And those are the people that inspire me, because, sometimes I tell my daughter that never take the little things for granted. The things that you are taking for granted around you, that's someone's prayer point.
Yes.
The things that, shelter, roof over your head, 3 square meals a day. You open the refrigerator, you are like wasting food every day. You are, mommy, I want to go for a ride. And then we just sit in the car and we go. That's someone's prayer point. They just wish that their parents could even sit in an Uber and take them somewhere, and they're not getting it. So a lot of times when I see these people and how, the heart of gratitude that they come with whenever we go out there, and we're just even sensitizing them on the need to wash their hands. They're just so excited to see people. That inspires me. It inspires me to want to do more. It inspires me to get everybody who can to get involved, and let's see how we can make a difference in our own small way, And so that little girl, that little girl in the orphanage, or that woman, that fisher folk, who just is just happy to be alive and just stand by the sea to get some fishes to go and sell for the day. For me, that I draw so much inspiration, because a lot of times we're so ungrateful. And we're always asking.
You
Sorry?
Right there to gratitude.
Yeah. Gratitude.
You've got to have gratitude. You know, gratitude for the life, for the air in your lungs, for the breath in your lungs, it could just always be so much with gratitude. Like I say it all the time, that you can't have too much of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
and you inspire me, Aisha. You inspire me a lot. Because again, let me tell you, I have not had the courage to do what you're doing right now. Look, my team is watching, and they'll tell you every day, even for YouTube, Joselyn, shoot a short video. I'm like, we'll do it tomorrow. So they keep saying, my best friend actually sent me a DM with you and Jackie Appiah's interview, and I was like, oh, I've been following, because when you first started your show, she was like, look at Aisha, you can do something like that, or and again, it's your personality. Aisha's is different. I'm like, I will do it. And then she keeps sending it to me. So yesterday when she sent it to me, she was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that you were supposed to be on the show today. And I was like, yeah, you see how God works.
God is sending you the message.
I know, but you inspire me so much, girl.
To get going. Listen, I mean, God days in this lockdown where I'm like, what am I doing? In fact, we've just added a third show, because now we do Chocolate on Fridays, where we're celebrating African businesses and charities, and we have a DJ. And so we do Home with Isha Sesay on Facebook, and Twitter and YouTube, which is a focus on the pandemic in Africa. We do the bright side, and then now we chill. And I'm like, what am I doing? Most people are just chilling and watching The Last Kingdom. Instead, I'm working this hard. But again, I mean, as we have only less than 2 minutes to go, I think it's about doing what you love. And finding your passion and leaning into that.
And you're not working if you're doing what you love.
You're not. I mean, I'm hanging out with you. This was not work.
Yeah.
You have 1:30. I want to give you an opportunity to give a closing message to everyone. The good thing is you know time, because you're a broadcaster. 1:30.
Okay, guys. So thank you so much for watching us, and thank you for the love. Thank you, Aisha, for having me on the show. And I just want to leave a few words of encouragement. This too shall pass, and once it passes, we're all going to come out even better people. I think that we're learning to be a little bit more selfless, a little bit more loving, a little bit more kinder to ourselves, and to have a heart of gratitude. It's very important. So I think that this is the time that we all needed to just stop and have a little reflection, an inner reflection. And I think that we're not doing too bad. We're going to come out of this more victorious than even before. Thank you guys so much for all the love and for the support. And I love you, Aisha. Thank you for having me on this beautiful platform.
When they open the skies and I make it to Ghana next, I will be there, and I look forward to seeing you and breaking bread and giving you a hug.
Likewise.
I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in. There's been so much love on the chat today. I thank you all for joining us every day. Tomorrow I'm back with June Sarpong, who's a British broadcaster, author. She will be here with me. She's also Ghanaian sister. You Ghanaians, you're ruling everywhere. Thank you, everyone. Be safe. Sending you love. Stay joyful. Stay faithful. Take care. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you. Virtual hugs.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.